How are we doing, everybody? It's Doc Schmidt here. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Hello, Hamza. How are you? One of my loyal commenters. Greetings. I'm gonna pull up. I've got a multi-screen situation here, so I can kind of see everything that's happening. Trying to see how I can have the chat a little bit more available here. Hello, Guilty Cash. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. But yeah, welcome. I'm Doc Schmidt. For those of you that have just stumbled into this chat, I'm a GI doctor. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. King of the Juice. I like that name. Hello, everybody. Thanks for all being here. I'm glad that you found it. I was planning on doing a live this weekend, and I was trying to find a time to do it because I'm on call this weekend. So it's not necessarily the best option, but when I'm on call as a second-year fellow, I just have to round in the morning, and then when I'm done, I'm done. I don't necessarily have to go back in. I don't have my pager anymore, so it's a little bit more flexible. So this seemed like a good time to do it. Hello from New Zealand. Lee, thank you. Sorry, these comments are going by very quickly, so I apologize that if I miss any of your comments. Feel free to comment a second time if you want. This is actually my first live, Athena, so that's why you've never gone before. But I'm glad you're here. Sorry you can't stick around very long. Hello, Hamza. How are you? We got New Mexico. We've got Arizona. I think we have some international people. I think I saw New Zealand or Australia. But welcome. I'm Doc Schmidt. I'm very excited because my YouTube channel is growing very well. Thanks to all of you guys out there. Germany. Hello, wie geht's Ihnen? My German is rusty, but it's there. Hello from England and Sweden. Charlotte is not international, but still hello. Netherlands. Hello. I actually have family in the Netherlands, in Utrecht. KC Mo. Hello, Jeff. I know someone named Jeff that lives in KC Mo. I wonder if it's that person. But anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. I'm nearing 300,000 subscribers, so thank you all. I'm not sure if you're all subscribed. Feel free to subscribe while you're on here if you're thinking about it. But I appreciate your support if you are subscribed, or even if you're just on this live. That's very nice of you as well. Thank you, Guilty Cash. So a few things. One thing, I just initiated a membership option for my channel. That doesn't mean you have to do anything different if you don't want to be a member. But I thought it was kind of cool sounding because it's exclusive content if you want it. I don't want to scare anyone off. If you don't want to be a member, you don't have to be a member, and you will not notice any difference in my channel. But what being a member does allow you to do is I will do one community post a week that's going to be just for members. I'm going to do a live stream once a month that's going to be just for members, and I'm going to post or make my videos accessible to members. Hey, we got a member. J. Michael RN, thank you. And the videos that I'm planning on posting will be available to members 6 hours before. I don't know if 6 hours is stupid. Maybe I'll make them available a day before at some point. We have to decide. And then eventually I'm going to do polls where you guys who are members can pick which wigs that I wear. But anyway, I don't want to annoy you if you aren't interested in being a member, but if you are, you can go. You just have to go to my homepage, or my YouTube page rather, and there's a join button kind of right where subscribe would be. So it could be kind of cool if you're interested. I'm just trying it out. I just made an intro video just a few seconds ago and posted it, and I made one community post that you can see if you're interested. It's literally been live very recently. It's not there on the phone. That's too bad. But anyway, next time you're on a computer, think about it, and you can do it. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I've got one member right now hanging tight, so I appreciate that. Oh, someone said if you close the chat, it's right there. Thank you, Stephanie Howe. Sorry if I'm getting too close to the camera. But anyway, hey, we've got a good crew of people on here. Sorry, I got to start answering questions, right? So we talked about the membership. If you want to be a member, you can join. Thank you. We got another member on here. Thank you for that. Who is the other member? Strawman Fallacy. Thank you. I already made a video about Strawman dedicated to you. So I know a lot of you are asking questions. Any collaborations planned for the future? Yes, I do, with a nurse that's pretty big on Instagram. She filmed her part already, and I'm filming my part this weekend, so you can stay tuned for that. And then Rod the surgeon. I don't know if he's on YouTube as much. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that. I don't know if Rod is on YouTube as much, but if you've seen him on TikTok, he's a he's a surgery resident who does a lot of really funny videos. We're going to do another video with my British accent, if you've ever seen my British accents videos. So stay tuned for that. Glockenflecken, I messaged him. Glockenflecken, as you can imagine, is very busy right now. So we're going to plan something. I don't want to tease you too much because not too much is in the works. Thank you, Strawman, for using the personalized emoji. If you guys scroll up and see Strawman Fallacy, the member posted a weird picture of someone in a wig on the phone. That's me. Because if you become a member, you have access to special emojis that I created last night while I was on call and should have been answering calls. But you can access those emojis and you can use them in chats and things like that. Thank you, Drama and Anne. You guys are awesome. But yeah, fun little things. There's badges where you kind of have a little badge next to your name when you've been a member for a certain amount of time, and you can use these emojis to be silly. But anyway, look, Drama's got it going on. But anyway, I digress. What were we saying? Collaborations. Thank you. Look at all these emojis coming in. Any new crazy patient stories? Let's see. There's nothing too crazy. Patients are always a little bit funny when they're waking up from anesthesia sometimes. So I had a guy yesterday when I was scoping who was waking up from anesthesia, and he was kind of deliriously asking me when I was going to start, and he was kind of getting more and more concerned and like anxious, asking me when I was going to start. But of course we'd already finished, and I was coming to tell him the results of the scan or of the procedure. So that was a good indication that he was not awake enough to answer that question. Matt Peterson, hello. Thank you for your singing. Sorry if I'm missing a question that you had been asking. Thank you, Kat Everett. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining. So another thing I had done for this post, I'll definitely answer questions that you guys kind of post on here. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for all the people that have joined, become a member to my page. For those of you who don't know about being a member, I talked about it a little bit earlier, and you can be a member for some exclusive content to my page. Nothing's going to change about my videos as they are. You can still access all of them, but I'm going to post extra content for people interested in being members. So I posted a community post a little bit ago asking what people's questions were for me that they wanted me to answer. So I'm going to briefly answer a couple of those. I said I would answer 10 of them. So I said I would answer the 10 most liked ones. So someone said, JG said, what was your favorite med school rotation other than GI? That's a good question. I think hematology was my favorite one other than GI. I really like especially benign hematology, which benign meaning not blood cancers necessarily, like leukemia, lymphoma, that's hematology, but there's also very interesting things like hemophilia and things like that. Thank you, Tracy, for joining the Doc Schmidt fan club, the membership. You guys are really nice to do that. But yeah, I think hematology is really interesting. Sickle cell anemia, the hemophilias, weird clotting disorders. I think it's very interesting, and the physiology of the clotting cascade I think is really cool. Drama says, not sure if you know, but should I be concerned if there's something stuck in your throat a lot? It's hard to know for sure over this kind of a chat, but I would say it's definitely reasonable to talk to your doctor about it. It's definitely possible that it's normal, but it's possible it should be looked into a little bit depending on your symptoms. I can't give medical advice really over these kind of things, but definitely talk to your doctor about it if it's concerning you. Thank you, Ben. Good name. I like it. What causes vertigo? A lot of things can cause vertigo. Viral illnesses can cause vertigo. Sometimes you can just have an actual vertigo syndrome. Meniere's disease is just a syndrome people have, and we don't know exactly why they get it, and that can cause vertigo. So that's something to keep in mind. So I want to be good to the people who commented on my post. What's the grossest thing I've ever seen in my career? Cover your ears if you don't like gross things. One of my first scopes in fellowship actually was at the VA, and it was someone who had a food impaction, which means they swallowed something. It didn't go down the wrong pipe. It went down towards the tube going into the stomach, but the problem was it got stuck in the esophagus. So they're still able to breathe. It's not in their trachea or anything like that, but it's stuck and it's uncomfortable. And if it stays there long enough, pressure can build up. It can rupture their esophagus. So it's a big deal. So the person came in, they had this chicken stuck in their esophagus for days. And we go in and it's like shredding when we go in with a scope and we have tools to kind of pick it apart, and we're trying to pull it out, but we can't. In the sense that we can pull it apart, but we can't pull it out all at once. So we're just kind of shredding it, pulling out little strands of chicken. And this chicken has been sitting in this guy's esophagus for 5 or 6 days. So it's very gross, as you might imagine. The smell was horrible. One of the techs who, does scopes every day, it's not like she just was pulled in off the street. This is literally her job, had to leave the room and throw up. And then I had to fill in as tech. So I was the one that was actually helping the fellow that was doing the case hold the or pull out the chicken. So that was very gross. So sorry. Let's do a not gross question. Matt Peterson, how are you doing? I think you would die if you ate that. So no, I would not recommend that. Hey, we've got over 100 people on here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What experience did I have going into medical school? My dad's a doctor, so I had a lot of advantage there. I was able to thank you for telling people how to subscribe in the chat. That's very nice of you. But yeah, so I had worked in his office a little bit. I had volunteered at a local hospital at a kind of a free clinic, a pediatric clinic. And then I had shadowed at a couple doctors, an ophthalmologist, not Glockenflecken, and I don't think he was an ophthalmologist yet at that point, and then a OBGYN, and one of my dad's partners, who's an anesthesiologist. What does the appendix do? Not much. It can cause appendicitis, which isn't very fun, but that's the main thing. Let's see, another question. We got a COVID one. I don't want to upset too many people, but I think it's important to talk a little bit about this. What do you think are the most effective ways to influence a stranger to reconsider getting the COVID vaccine or wear a mask? I think it's very important not to be confrontational. I think just presenting information, I think often just presenting information for people's friends or loved ones to be able to use that information to try to convince them is often going to be an effective strategy. Because you don't want to just upset people or kind of attack them or they're just going to withdraw. So that's what I try to do. Matt Peterson, I would recommend people get vaccinated, but I think the best way to do it is to talk to your doctor about it. My baby girl is doing well. Thank you for asking. She's 7 weeks old today, in fact. So that's pretty fun. Someone's been asking the symptoms of iron deficiency anemia a lot. Iron deficiency anemia, there's a lot of symptoms it can cause. It can make you tired, it can make you lightheaded, it can make you dizzy when you stand up, it can make you short of breath, pale in color, it can make you have palpitations, feel like your heart's racing. And then sometimes it can make you have pica, which means you kind of crave substances like ice or dirt, and you feel like you want to eat them because it's like your body's way of saying we need iron, and you can try to get that from there. From the ground. Did I enjoy a pain management rotation? I didn't really do a pain management rotation in medical school, but I enjoyed working at my dad's office. And he's a pain management doctor, so that was a good experience for sure. Let's see. I've got to look for another question from here. Do I have any pets? I do have a pet. Does anyone on here know what pet I have for bonus points? I don't really have anything I can offer you. But I'm going to see if anyone knows what kind of pet I have. It's a very unusual pet. It's not a dog or a cat. Oh, sorry, Antonio. It is not. It is a gecko. Hamza. We got a lot of people that know some kind of lizard. Yes, it's a gecko named Tyrone. He's a crested gecko. I had a betta fish, but she died sadly. But Tyrone, the orange gecko, is doing very well. I would highly recommend it as a pet. He doesn't need a special heat lamp because his ideal temperature is 70 degrees, which is around the temperature I keep my house. And you just feed him every 3 days. Spray his cage with some water once a day. Very easy pet, but fun pet because he crawls on glass, can be upside down. It's very fun. Let's see, we'll do another one from here. If I woke up, no, this is another COVID question. We should do a non-COVID question next. Someone said, do bears poop in the woods? Yes, they do. Thank you, Kayla. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like my gecko. Maybe that'll be one of my members only posts. I'll post some pictures of Tyrone so you guys can see him. I started a membership option for my channel for those of you that weren't here at the beginning. Nothing that you have to do to continue watching my current videos. Those are all still there. But this is extra content that I will post either on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on the content. Some exclusive live streams, some exclusive community posts, eventually some exclusive videos that you can only see if you're a member. So if you're interested, check that out. There's a join button. Hello, Donut. Thank you for doing that. There's a join button on my page now, kind of near where you would hit subscribe. And you can read about it more and join if you're interested. Or don't. I don't want you to feel like you have to. I'll keep making videos regardless. Someone asked about a collab with Dr. Glockenflecken in here. Thank you, Drayma. Dre will pay extra for Tyrone. Yes, there will be pictures of Tyrone in the community post. Honestly, probably after I get off of this live. That might be a good way to welcome you all. Welcome all the new members. Collab with Dr. Glockenflecken, question mark, was a question that someone had. Tyrone merch. We will do one. We have done a collab already. I want to make that clear. So you can scroll back on my channel and find that. I have a playlist of all my collaborations so you can find it a little easier. But we have kind of talked that we want to do a collab, but as you probably know, Dr. Glockenflecken is revolutionizing the medical YouTube landscape, and he's very busy right now. So you need to be patient, but we will do one. Someone was asking about merch for Tyrone. Maybe. My wife doesn't want me to do merch because she thinks it's tacky. So I will not for right now. unless it's for charity maybe, because that's not tacky to do it that way. So what charity I would do it for is the real question, and I need to think about that a little bit more. Would I ever get a sentient stomach or colon as a pet? Good God. Where do you think of these questions? I think that would be really gross. So no, I would not do that. But thank you for putting that horrifying image into my mind. It was very kind of you. So yeah, some comment that's midlife crisis. I don't know that I know midlife crisis. But maybe. If midlife crisis reaches out to me, I would be down to do that. What was I going to say? Oh, I've got a video planned where I'm talking about a crazy story where I was on a night shift and a patient died right in front of me. His heart stopped, that is. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to post that tomorrow. British cardiologist. Maybe I have seen him. He doesn't only post about cardiology, right? What's the weirdest thing I've seen put in a bottom? I honestly haven't seen that many things because a lot of times those will go to surgery because you want to make sure that you don't accidentally perforate or tear the rectum. So I haven't seen too many things. I've gotten called about sex toys being stuck in there, candle, and then I found a dime at the very end of someone's colon, but I doubt that they stuck that all the way up because the colon is like 3 or 4 feet long. Thank you, Aaron Murphy. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining. We've got a good crew on here right now. 141 ZZ Dog MD. I doubt I could pull off a collab with him. I think he's too big for me. But maybe. Let's see. I'm going to go back to my community post. Someone said, how do I maintain my energy level and avoid burnout while juggling YouTube, being a doctor, being a new parent, and the stress of living through a pandemic? That is a fair question. Collab with Dr. Mike, Tina, I would be down. If you have his contact info, definitely put it in the chat. What was I going to say? But yeah, Ellen asked this question. I think it's really hard. People ask me all the time how I kind of balance everything that I do. And it's just a little bit of a give and a take. Now that I have a baby, I definitely post videos less often. You might have noticed I'm still doing okay with kind of 3 or 4 a week. But you have to just back off on some. J. Michael, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, tell him I'm definitely interested, if he's interested. I'm sure we could do something really funny. But yeah, I think it's about time management. Like I watch less TV, for example. I watch fewer movies. When I have little bits of free time, I kind of think of script ideas for videos. I obviously can't necessarily film one if I just have 5 minutes free in clinic, but I can sit down on my phone and instead of just surfing Facebook or Instagram, I just write down a video idea. Like the other day, I have this kind of weird idea of a med student going to bed and wanting a bedtime story, and he asks his co-med student, I guess, his roommate maybe, to read him a bedtime story, and the bedtime story is kind of this whimsical story, and all the names and all the locations are like anatomical things in the body. I posted a community post similar to this a little bit ago, but I'm still kind of just fleshing it out. So I kind of think about weird names like the crypts of Lieberkühn or the islets of Langerhans, where you can imagine there's this journey that this person's going on. So things like that. I like that video. I don't really have it fully fleshed out. So if I'm at work and I have a little bit of downtime, I'll be doing that. Hello, 247 in your country. Good luck. It's always hard to study at night. I never was very good at doing that, but good luck to you. I'm sure you're going to do great. So yeah, that was that question. Let's see. A Glaze, I'm glad you like the idea. But yeah, any questions? I know you guys are asking a lot of questions that are just flying by. Sorry, I'm trying to lose that. Glad you guys like the bedtime story idea. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be complicated. I'm going to write it out. I think it might be a little longer than a usual video that I do, which is kind of fun. Time management tip. Be the consumed, not the consumer. That's a good way to put it, Tina Perez. Maybe I'll put that on a shirt. Would you guys buy that? I think that's a little wordy for a shirt, but and it honestly sounds kind of, I don't know what it sounds like, kind of overly capitalistic, but it could be fun. Am I a real doctor? Yes. You can look me up, Benjamin Schmidt. There's a lot of us out there, but I am a doctor, I can assure you. If you Google Benjamin Schmidt Loyola, you'll see the graduation program from my internal medicine residency. And my cute little picture that I have there. Okay. How's the baby doing? Baby's doing good. Thank you all for asking. She's 7 weeks old today. I'm going to have probably baby pictures on my membership page as well, if that's something that's interesting to you guys. For those of you that are new and joining, I have a membership to my channel that's available. Not to say that you're going to need to be a member to see my videos. I'm going to still do all my fun videos, but I'm going to make an extra video and an extra post and maybe once a month an extra live that's just for members. So you guys can do that if you're interested. There's a fee for the membership, but if you aren't interested, you don't need to worry about it. My gimbal just died. Sorry. We're back. But yeah, something to think about. Let's see. Yeah, the baby is very fun. She has definitely not started crawling yet. Sorry, I need to charge my little gimbal here. This is very unprofessional. It has lost its control, so now I have to hold it like a noob. So bear with me here. Bear with me because I'm holding it so it doesn't like fall over. But yeah. What was I saying? Let me get this plugged in. You're gonna lose me. Don't get nauseous. Don't leave me. I know it's pointing at the ground, but it's worth it. Ready? Stay with me, everybody. Oh, I gotta turn it. There we go. We're back. Sorry, if you don't mind sharing, I missed that. Let's see. My wife is doing well postpartum. Thank you for asking. Most unexpected thing about fatherhood. I don't know. That's a good question. How loud it is when the baby poops, maybe? That was unexpected. But yeah. Loss of gimbal control was refreshing. Thank you. I'm glad that my lack of perfection is not weird and instead encouraging. My daughter's name, I'm kind of keeping a secret for now, actually. That was the plan, just for some anonymity's sake. But I appreciate your cautious candor, or whatever you would call it. Donut, yes. Thank you for filling in Donut kindly. I have done a collab with Foot Doc Dana. Yeah, this is my first live stream. I haven't talked about that enough. I've done TikTok live streams before, but honestly, there's more of you guys on here than my TikTok live stream usually. So thank you for outperforming TikTok. You did very well. In that regard, you guys are doing very well. Thank you. I'm glad you like the wigs. They're kind of just littered around the room. I don't know if you guys want to see them. I've got like a short wig. This one looks kind of like a dead animal when it's not on someone's head. But yeah, I've got a hat wig. I've got a lot of fun wigs that I'm going to be using in my videos that I've already used in videos. Sarah Lee said, how many years of fellowship do I have left? 1.5 years. So that's the plan. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate the support there. Yeah, doctors are a lot messy. This angle is nice because you just see blinds. So you have no idea what else is going on. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying. I feel like I owe it. I want to make sure I hit at least one more question from my preconceived questions here that people were asking me about. Why do I always wear a white shirt under my scrubs? Is it for comfort, religious reasons, or because I'm cold? What do you guys think? Any guesses? I know it takes a while to answer. Dr. Yoon. I've never interacted with Dr. Yoon before, but I wouldn't be opposed. I guess indirectly it's because of cold. See, I think comfort and cold are kind of very similar. But yeah, I guess it's comfort. I have a lot of weird tactile things. I would never wear this. These are like very cheap scrubs, so I would never want to wear them directly. So if you have the white shirt under, it's nicer. But yeah, I think it's warmer because I don't like wearing anything over my scrubs. So that's all I would probably do. And so I can change easier. That's a good point. But especially for my videos, it's a lot easier to change quickly because I can kind of throw on like a sweatshirt or something. Or even just wear the white shirt as the patient. And I can bleach. That is true. Watching my videos for a while now. Always want to do medical staff in the hospital speak that fast like you do in the video. No, I do. I speak that quickly, as you've probably ascertained from this time. What I try to do when I talk to patients is slow down a little bit, but then I repeat myself a lot because I know I'm confusing them. And I speak even if I'm speaking fast, I try to speak very clearly and at a very even tone so they can kind of focus on what I'm saying. But no, not everyone does that. A lot of people speak very slowly. Laconically, I think, is a term that you could use for that. So yeah, no, it's not. I apologize if I'm ever talking too fast for you to listen. How does it feel to be very popular now? It's kind of fun. People recognize me sometimes. Like today, I was eating lunch in the cafeteria, and 2 random guys looked at me and pointed at me and were like, "Are you Doc Schmidt?" I was like, "Yeah." And they were just psychiatry residents at the hospital I work at. So that was kind of fun. But yeah. How has the fame affected my medical career? I wouldn't say it's affected it too much yet, like from a getting patients perspective or anything like that, because I'm in fellowship, so I'm not really responsible for recruiting my patients. Keats, hello. I can only assume this is the Keats that I know personally, who was a medical student at the VA in Chicago when I was a third-year resident. But yeah, the baby is doing well. Thank you for asking. Everyone say hi to Keats because he's awesome. Named after John Keats. I was gonna say my favorite poet, but that would be a lie. I don't think I know more than one poem by John Keats, but he's a good poet, so you guys should look into him for sure. Keats, what are you up to these days? You're in residency, I assume at this point you're in Peds residency, right? Holy cow, so many people are saying hi, Keats. Sorry, Keats, I did not mean to overwhelm you, if that's what we're doing here. We're going to give him some time to respond, but I don't want to overwhelm him. Otherwise, oh my God, you guys are responding too quick. If he responds, I might miss it. Did I ever work at Rush Chicago? No, I did not. Keats is on the newborn service right now. Look at that. So Keats probably is about as good at taking care of a baby as I am. I've spent seven weeks taking care of a baby so far, so he's gonna be surpassing me very soon at the very least, I'm sure. University of Michigan, nice. I don't think I knew that. Congrats, that's an awesome program. The VA does not have newborn. No, he's not at the VA anymore. We met on a medicine rotation when he was in medical school and I was in residency. So yes, Kayla, thank you for your kind words to dear Keats. But yeah, what was I saying? Keats derailed me here off of this live. What were we saying? Someone has to... All medical staff deserve love right now. That's very true. Hello, how are you? Universal healthcare. Yes or no? My take. I think there definitely needs to be some form of universal healthcare so that everyone can get healthcare that they need. But I don't think that means we necessarily blindly just go to like the universal healthcare of countries like Canada or England. I think it needs to be some sort of hybrid option, but I'm certainly not the person to formulate that. Certainly not going to be able to do any sort of justice to it ad-libbed on YouTube Live. But yeah, I think it's an important issue for sure. Applying for residency was very stressful, like many application processes are, but it's at least very structured in the sense it's not like applying for a job because there's like one website and you go through and everyone's kind of doing it at the same time. So you at least have that solidarity to it, which is kind of nice. Kirsten, fair enough. Yeah, Keats is not the most famous poet, but I think he's up there. He's one of the, what are they called? Transcendentalists? Like Wordsworth? Not Whitworth. Wordsworth? I don't know. We're out of my depth here. Yeah, maybe like Australia's hybrid medical system. I must admit, I'm not that well versed in these sorts of things. I know they have a hybrid system. I think South Korea is very famous for having a hybrid system as well. So yeah, I think that could be maybe a good compromise, but don't quote me on this in your government essay or anything, because I'm certainly not up on it enough. Do I think Omicron is going to overwhelm hospitals? I don't know that I'm really the best person to answer that. I think it's a little bit concerning from what I've heard. It doesn't make people as sick, but it is very contagious. So I think it does have that risk. Certainly. I think it makes it more important for everybody to get vaccinated, get boosted, and all of those things. Jay, Michael, RN, you're a VA patient. Fair enough. I'm glad. Yeah, I actually still work at a VA right now. The rotation that I'm on is scoping, doing colonoscopies and EGDs at the VA. So it's been a lot of fun. We're getting close. I was only going to do this for half an hour. Goodbye, Donut. Thank you for saying bye. We got a Canadian here, loves universal healthcare. Fair enough. Romantic poet. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Patricia. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here a little bit. Thank you guys for joining. One thing I wanted to plug, some of you have joined as members of my channel already. It's a new feature that I just kind of opened up here. It's not anything, not going to restrict my current content. That's going to be free and available, and I'm going to keep posting free and available videos. But the membership option, something I just introduced, is something you can do where it is paid, but you get access to exclusive content, extra content beyond just what I post to my YouTube channel in the form of one community post a week, a live stream once a month that's going to be exclusive for people that are members, as well as being able to see my videos before they go live to the public. And then I think eventually I'll make videos that are specifically on there. There's a specific intro video there. If you want to know how to become a member, you just go to my page and you hit join. It'll be next to the subscribe button. Or if you're already subscribed, it'll be next to where that would be. And you just click join, and there's just a small monthly fee associated with that. You guys can say hi on there right now, and we'll kind of go from there and see how things go. Thank you, Ben. Farewell, everybody. Thanks for joining. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks, Kayla.